In recent years, renewable energy sources have shown increasing momentum due to increasing energy consumption and to meet the environment friendly power generation. But renewable energy sources like solar alone or wind alone are not enough to meet the load demand. That's why in our research we are taking solar wind combined hybrid microgrid to meet the load demand. But electricity generation from the solar and the wind systems are highly depending on the weather conditions. Like if you take the solar system, it is depending on the irradiation and the temperature. And coming to the wind system, it is depending on the wind speed. So their intermittent nature leads the fluctuations in their output. If you look at the solar output, in morning time to afternoon, it is gradually increasing because of the temperature will increase. Between afternoon to evening, it is gradually decrease. And night time, it did not get any power. So it is not at all constant. Even if you take the same output in cloudy days, it is fluctuating. Like if you have the temperature, you will get more, and if you have the cloudy situation, it will decrease again. So it is fluctuating throughout the day. Therefore, the need for rapid compensation for energy transmission and distribution system is important. So to meet this, one of the fact device STATCOM, static compensator, can be adapted for the reactive power compensation and for decreasing the voltage fluctuations caused by the system and renewable energy sources. So here we are taking the STATCOM to meet the constant power to the grid. Actually, STATCOM is the one of the fact device, one of the shunt compensation fact device. It is connected in parallel to the transmission system. Okay, if you see in the STATCOM model, it is just containing one DC source along with one inverter block, and you can give it to the transmission line by using transformers or whatever it may be. So here you can take any DC source like battery, ultra capacitor, whatever it may be. But our transmission line is AC, right? To convert this DC into AC, we are taking this DC to AC converter. This is the line diagram for STATCOM. Okay, whenever the solar and wind not available, then STATCOM will inject the voltage to the transmission line. Even if you have the fluctuations, like in daytime, if you get the cloudy situation or wind speed is not enough, then the STATCOM will compensate to these two sources. That's why in our topic we are taking solar wind hybrid system with optimized STATCOM. Now you can get the clarity about our title, that is solar wind hybrid microgrid with optimized STATCOM. And if you look into the block diagram, so here we are taking two sources, that is one is solar and other one is the wind. At the solar output, you will get only pulsating DC, that is not pure DC. To meet the pure constant DC, we will take one boost converter here. So after the solar output, we will take one boost converter along with maximum power point tracking technique. And here we are taking the perturb and absorb maximum power point tracking technique to meet the constant output at the solar output. So by using this MPPT and boost converter, we will get the constant DC, but our grid need only AC, right? So to convert this DC into AC, again we need to connect to the inverter. So after the boost converter, we are connecting the inverter to get the AC. Now it is clear up to solar part. If you see the wind part, actually wind is getting output from the wind speed. Even that speed also fluctuating, that is not at all constant. Even that wind speed is the form of kinetic energy, but we need electric energy, right? So to convert that mechanical to electric energy, we need a generator. Okay, here we are taking doubly fed induction generator to convert the mechanical to electrical and also to meet the constant output, because in wind we are getting the fluctuations. Whenever wind speed is high, we will get the high power. Whenever wind speed is low, we are getting the low power. That's why we are taking double fed induction generator. It has two feds and also it contains back-to-back converter. I will show you the complete block diagram in MATLAB simulation. Okay, by using that two converters, we can get the constant supply and also we can control the complete wind output. Now wind part is also over. This is our overall block diagram for our project title, solar wind hybrid microgrid with optimized STATCOM. So here you can able to see in every source we are using the power electronic devices like inverter, boost converter. Even in the DFIG we are using the back-to-back converters. Like that in STATCOM also I told you we are using the one inverter, right? Actually that inverter plays key role when we need to inject the voltage, when we need to compensate the reactive power. Okay, in that inverter we are using the same bidirectional switches like IGBT or MOSFET. To give the switching pulses to control our overall circuit, we are using PI controllers. Okay, proportional and integral controllers. Actually, that PI controllers need proportional and integral gain values. Traditionally, to get this gain values, we will use trial and error methods. Okay, but in our topic, to get the exact values, to get the precise values, we are using genetic algorithm. Okay, to get the gain values in PI controllers. Here we are using the PI controller only, but to get the gain values, we are using the genetic algorithm method. Then you can able to get the exact value, precise value of Kp and Ka. Then our system will perform better response and voltage stability in terms of non-linear nature. That is the one main advantage of this project. Here we are using the genetic algorithm to get the gain values of PI controllers. Okay, that is our main topic. Now we can go with the MATLAB simulation. In MATLAB simulation, I will show you three different things. One is without STATCOM. Okay, without STATCOM I will show you. And second one is I will show with only PI controller without genetic algorithm here. In third simulation I will show you with genetic algorithm PI controller. Okay, now you can able to compare the all three waveforms and you can summarize which is better. Okay, now open your MATLAB. Yeah, this is the MATLAB circuit without STATCOM. Here you can able to see this is the solar part. Here we are taking the temperature and the radiation here, and we are connecting to the boost converter. This inductor and this switch and this diode, these three will make a boost converter, and here you can able to connect to the inverter. This is the solar part, and here you can able to see this is the wind part. Here we are using the wind system, and also here we are using the double fed induction generator. This is back to back converter. I told you earlier, right? We are using the DFIG. So here this back to back converter will help you to get the constant output from the wind system. Then after we will give to the our grid. And here we are taking one load here, and coming to this one, this is the MPPT technique. I told you we are using the pattern and observe technique. So here we are using the voltage and the currents of our solar system, and we will implement the pattern and observe algorithm here, and we can give it to the our boost converter switch. Okay, that is this one. Here you can able to see we did not use any STATCOM. Let's see how it will perform. Just run the circuit. Now it is ready. You can able to see the voltage profile here in the scope. Just double click here. You can able to see here the voltage profile is not constant at all. It is changing at 0.2 second, and also it is changed at 0.3 second. That is without STATCOM. Now you can see with STATCOM. This is the same diagram as earlier, but here we are adding STATCOM here. This DC source and this inverter will make a STATCOM. I told you single leg diagram. This is the STATCOM we are taking here. Okay, and remaining will be same solar part, same MPPT, same grid, and also same energy system. And here we are taking STATCOM. For that STATCOM, we will need to take our control, right? So this is our STATCOM control scheme. Here we are using the PI controller, and this PI controller gains will taken as trial and error method. You can able to see here we are taking only 0.01 as Kp and 0.1 as integral gain. Okay, this is just we are taking as randomly, and now you can able to see the output how it will perform. Just run the simulation and open the voltage profile. Here you can able to see voltage profile output. Whenever the load changes like 0.2 seconds and 0.3 seconds, you can see it is somewhat constant when compared to the without STATCOM. Okay, but it still has the fluctuations like overshoots and undershoots here. That is the voltage profile of PI controller without genetic algorithm. Now you can able to observe same circuit but with gains which is obtained from the genetic algorithm. Okay, here is the third simulation. Same simulation, but here we are using in this STATCOM control scheme we are using the PI gains which is obtained from the genetic algorithm. So here we are using the exact precise values. Now just run the simulation and see how output profile will be. So here you can able to see output profile. Just double click on here. You can see there is no fluctuations in the voltage profile. Even the load changes, even the fluctuations occur at the 0.2 and 0.3 seconds. It does not contain any overshoots and undershoots. That is the need of our genetic algorithm to get the precise Kp and Ka values. Okay, I think we summarize here when compared to without STATCOM and with only PI without genetic algorithm. By using genetic algorithm gains, we can able to obtain the excellent output profile of voltage. That is the conclusion of our project. And if you need this base paper, this reference paper, I am attaching in the below description. You can check it. And if you need this project, just contact me. I will explain in deep how control algorithm will work and how genetic algorithm will perform, and everything I will explain you. Thank you.